My name's Christine. I graduated from Melbourne Uni and I did a Bachelor of Science. I've wanted to do medicine all my life, and the GAMSAT has always been the biggest hurdle for me. And I really am very thankful for GradReady because they're the ones who made it possible for me to get into Macquarie University, the med school that I'll be going to this year. I decided that I needed a preparation course after doing a few GAMSAT attempts on my own and realizing that I needed more direction in my learning. It's a bit difficult to study for an exam like GAMSAT because it's a big exam and it's hard to think of what you need to tackle first and what you need to prioritize. I thought the GradReady course was very useful. I did the attendance course, which meant that I got the online question bank as well as going into the classes with the tutors. And I thought it was great to have such supportive tutors and having all of your classmates with you as well to motivate you throughout the learning experience. The question bank was really good for me whenever I'm at home, and I feel like I just came from this whole day of learning about GAMSAT and really strengthening my skills in terms of section 1, 2, and 3. So when you go home, it's always nice to know that you can continue that and extend that with the online questionnaires that they have. But my favorite part was actually the essay prompts that they have for section 2. So there is a whole handbook full of them, and I use that daily on the lead up to GAMSAT, so that was my favorite. Despite being from a science background, my weakest area was still section 3 because it had chemistry and physics, which wasn't really my strongest suit. I was more of a biology student. Having to study with GradReady and their attendance course meant that I was more motivated to work with all these people who were doing the same studies as me, and it was good to have tutors who were more focused on the kind of chemistry and physics that would be covered in the GAMSAT exam, instead of having to look for broad and basic physics questions, which was what I was doing initially. I liked the live classes because they were small and the people in them were really nice. I got to meet a lot of friends during that time who also got into medicine, so it's good to know people of your cohort already. I think what I liked the best about it is that the tutors were very, very helpful in terms of the tips that they gave. It wasn't purely academic. They were giving a lot of tips for like stress reduction and more on tips on how to properly manage an exam like the GAMSAT. The mock exam was stressful, but I think that you'd want it to be because it shows that it's definitely preparing you for what the GAMSAT is going to be like. I think GradReady for me was better than other prep courses because it just had a lot of resources to offer. I didn't even get through all of the MCQ questions online, but I tried because I feel like the more prep you do, the better you'd be for the GAMSAT. And I think they're the only ones who offer that extensive amount of essay questions as well. The support from tutors was also really good, so I'd highly recommend GradReady to all of my friends. I do think it's a more complete course than most of the other prep courses for sure.